last end of November, with Thanksgiving just around the corner. If you stretch your neck at John and you peep, you might see Thanksgiving coming up the road. so, so I say to all our viewers out there, I want to thank you for your support and for spreading the word that this sports corner is running, and we are hoping that as time goes on, it will capture the world like reggae music has captured the world, like marijuana has captured the world. Well, not quite marijuana. Anyway, but this Jamaica, the Caribbean, is coming to its own, and as it more or less regarded as the nucleus of the planet, because that's where all the hurricanes give birth. And apart from the East Indies, most of the time the conversation is about the West Indies. It's about the West Indies, and that's where we are centered. So John Sports Corner is centered in the West Indies. And from that point of view, we're going to take the trade winds and go to all the countries of the world, including Europe and everywhere else. So, John, let me say again, welcome to John's Sports Corner, your Sports Corner, as we take this mission of presenting an analytical sports report to our community. Thank you again and welcome, John.
Thank you so much, Trevor, and a very good afternoon, folks. Welcome to John Sports Corner. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. And so, whatever you do tomorrow, by the way, let me just ask you this, Trevor. Is it Jankro and the turkey family?
On the menu? Jamaica drunk or fly high, right?
Fly high. Anyway, again, a very good afternoon, folks. If you're listening, maybe you are somewhere else. Good night, good morning. But welcome to John Sports Corners. We celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow. And let's say a prayer for those who are unable to enjoy the festive day. Let me also remind you, you may go to Winner Circle Sports in the Sosofat shop and purchase your choice of merchandise as listed. There are t-shirts, there are mugs, backpacks, etc., as well as the great Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee. And you should have a few cups of that tomorrow, Thanksgiving after dinner. It certainly will go well after dinner.
I started from this morning.
Well, there you go. And if you didn't get it for Thanksgiving, certainly Christmas is just around the corner. You can get your Blue Mountain coffee and surprise whoever is coming over as guests for dinner Christmas Day. Before I talk sports, let me just tell you that the Rochdale Village Community Center in Queens here in New York is having their pre-Kwanzaa and Christmas pop-up shop Saturday, December 14th from 3 to 9 p.m. It's an opportunity to get some Christmas shopping done while supporting Black businesses.
What are they selling, John?
All kind of stuff, including food.
Okay, rum cake.
You can get all kind of stuff, Trevor. Just walk around and decide what you want.
And that's December 14th.
December 14th, yes.
Okay.
At the Rochdale Village Community Center.
Okay.
Let's start with sports as usual. Birthdays. Tomorrow, well, yesterday, Olympian Vonnet Dixon celebrated a birthday. Tomorrow, Olympic and world champion medalist Nathan Allen celebrates. Also, former Trinidad and Tobago and West Indies cricketer Adrian Barath. On Sunday, Shimona Nelson, a former Sunshine Girl, celebrates a birthday. Also, Seda Williams, she is a Barbados world champion medalist. Also, Craig Brathwaite, the current West Indies captain, he celebrates a birthday on Sunday. Then on Monday, former reggae boy Onandilo out of Jamaica celebrates a birthday. Let us open with netball this Thanksgiving Eve as the fourth and final game of the Vitality Netball Horizon Series between Jamaica Sunshine Girls and the English Roses was decided last night, with the Sunshine Girls defeating the Roses 61-53. Romelda Aiken George led the way for the Sunshine Girls in scoring, hitting on 40 of 43 attempts, while Shanice Beckford netted 21 of 25 shots. The four-game series came down to last night's decider, with the teams tied at one. The first game in England was tied 49-49 last week. England won the second game, and then they come to Jamaica now for two games. The game on Monday, the girls leveled the series at one apiece, winning that one in a squeaker, 50-49. Romelda Aiken George again hitting on 30 of 34 attempts, while Shanice Beckford hit the game winner on 19 of 23 attempts. Rhea Dixon was named player of the game on Tuesday, while Shamira Sterling, an outstanding defensive player, was named player of the series.
But John, hold on. The first game was 49-49, ended in a draw?
Yeah, a tie.
Oh no, you don't play until somebody win?
No, not in netball.
Okay, guys,
Just like football, a 1-1 draw if it's not a playoff game. So if it's a regular league game, it's a draw. It's only America. Only in America you have to play for a winner.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
And while congratulating the girls on the win, Sunshine Girl coach Sasha Gay Henry says that while the girls have shown their class, there's still a lot of work to do, and more development and more players to be brought on board. She actually added 3 players from the Fast Five group from a couple of weeks ago to the squad when they came to Jamaica for these 2 games. And but next up for the Sunshine Girls will be the series against South Africa in January.
Is that going to be played in Jamaica or in South Africa?
In South Africa.
Okay.
And in fact, the team that's going to South Africa will be void of some of the players who played in the England series, because some of our young ladies are going back to Australia to play in the professional leagues there.
So they don't exempt them like you do in soccer, where you play for your club and you play for your country.
No.
Oh boy. Money comes.
It's these young ladies' bread and butter here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Some track and field news are turning to track and field. The Jamaica Athletic Administrative Association, we call them the J3A's, President Garth Gale and his executive committee are back in office following Saturday's annual general meeting, where they ran unopposed. So Garth Gale will serve a 3rd term as president of the J3A's. In his acceptance speech, President Gale confirmed that the J3A's will continue with Puma as their sporting gear supplier. He said various offers from other companies were reviewed, but Puma came out ahead, and he believes Puma is in the best interest for Jamaica. He also said,
but John, that's funny, because if you know what their bidding was from last time, right? And as what Puma was paying, I would have figured that people who came on board now looking to upstage Puma would be bidding above, unless Puma really made a good increase on what they had the contract for.
It's my understanding that they had recently come back with a new package.
Okay.
And so, and sometimes, Trevor, the grass not necessarily greener on the other side, so you stay with what you have.
But one other thing, John, you don't have term limit now for that position, because this is his third term.
Yeah, this is his third term as president of the J3 .
So he doesn't have term limit. You can.
Oh no, there's no term limit. Okay. No term limit in this, Trevor. This is not the president of the United States. But President Gill also said, Trevor, that going forward he wishes to mend fences and work harmoniously with all the other institutions involved with the sport.
Well, that is why I asked, because I know that there were some complaints coming out of the Paris Olympics, big time complaints, and
a lot of complaints, a lot of dissatisfied athletes.
Yeah, so for you to go back unopposed when the grassroots is not happy, that's why I asked about term limits. Because
the athletes don't really vote for president in the J3, Trevor.
Guess money talks.
U.S. triple Olympic gold medalist Gabby Thomas has signed with Grand Slam Track, the new global home of professional track competition. And Gabby says, coming off the Olympics, she wants to keep testing herself and competing at the highest level against the fastest women in the world.
Wow.
The 2027 multi-sport Pan-Am Games is scheduled to take place in Lima, Peru, July 16th through August 1st.
Okay.
This will mark the second time Peru will be hosting the Games, having done so in 2019. Mexico, 1955 and 1975, and Winnipeg in Canada, 1967 and 1999, are the only other cities to have hosted the Games twice.
But they seem like a short spell for Peru, 2019 to 2025.
Yeah, to 2025. Yeah. Well, sometimes some countries, I guess, are able to come with a better package.
Well, yes, I guess money talks.
And even the Commonwealth Games now, they seem to be having difficulty in staging these as time goes on. It doesn't seem to be as prominent a games as it used to be when I was a youngster.
That is true. That is true.
Moving to the fields of green in cricket. Just again, let me remind you all that the Cricket Hall of Famer Len Chambers' book entitled Through the Years, My Life in Cricket, is still available on Amazon. And folks, you might even use it as a surprise Christmas gift. Trevor, last week you asked me about covered cricket arenas that would make rainouts and rain delays in cricket a moot point. Because I wasn't aware of any domed cricket stadiums or cricket stadiums with retractable roofs, I posed a question to some of my fellow Cricket Hall of Famers, and they informed me and directed me that there is a stadium with a retractable roof in Melbourne, Australia, called Docklands or Marvel Stadium. And while it is used to play T20 in the Big Bash competition, it has not been approved by the ICC for international games.
Well,
Let me
it's
just say thank you to my fellow Hall of Famers, Mas Bailey and Len Chambers, for directing me,
but
bringing
you
me
know,
up to
John,
the.
but you know, John, one of the topic of discussion that was at that meeting about the development of sports in the Caribbean that took place last Wednesday, what I referred to you, they covered cricket fields was a topic that was highly discussed because they are looking at the fact that because we are in the hurricane belt and the rain belt, so to speak, too many games have been called because of rain.
Yeah.
And you would think, therefore, that in the Caribbean or in the West Indies, that would be something that they would seek to address by having covered stadiums, or retractable, as the case might be in Melbourne, that would cut out the cancellation of games because of rain.
Rain, yeah.
That was well discussed. So yes, it is on the agenda down in the Caribbean, in the West Indies.
Yeah, and you know, Trevor, let me tell you, man, whichever island or territory put that retractable roof stadium, they should be getting a lot of cricket played in that territory.
Oh yes, definitely.
You know, but to put up a retractable roof, I think is going to cost a pretty penny.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that
Okay.
unless it's like Trinidad, where it has some oil money, and
Guyana is on the rise.
and Guyana they have gold and they have oil too. You know, yeah. But you know, it will be interesting to see what happens.
Yes.
West Indies opened the two-test series against Bangladesh with a 201 win in the first test yesterday at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua.
Okay.
West Indies 450 for 9 declared and 152. Bangladesh 269 for 9 declared and 132. Justin Greaves 115 not out in the West Indies first innings. His maiden test century in only his fourth test match. He also picked up 2 wickets in the Bangladesh first innings and was adjudged the player of the match.
But John,
the second test.
Why did Bangladesh declare for 9 when they were trailing?
It's strategy, Trevor. And I expected them to, at the close of play on day 3, they were 269 for 9.
Okay.
And in discussions with some of my Hall of Famers on that other podcast that we do, I said, I would declare.
Okay.
In the hope that I could bowl West Indies out cheaply in their second innings and then try to get the runs.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's the strategy.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad for the explanation, because some of our viewers, is going to wonder, why is it that you're chasing 400, you do over 200, and you decide to start batting and put the other team in?
Right. And there were, I think it was 181 runs at the time behind.
Right.
Yeah. But you know, Trevor, my disappointment, while I am happy that we won, West Indies won the game, I think my disappointment, I was hoping that in batting a second time, West Indies would have given Bangladesh about 350 at least, without losing a lot of wickets. Okay. But they were bowled out. And that concerns me, that they came back and were bowled out in the second innings. Mark you, they gave Bangladesh, I think it was, I don't remember, at the 335 or something like that to win the match. And of course, the West Indies came back and bowled terrifically well in that second innings and
Okay.
restricted Bangladesh to 132.
Yeah. Yeah.
This again, the second test bowls off on Saturday at Sabina Park. They have not seen test cricket in, can I say, donkey's years.
Okay.
So they are happy to have a test match coming back. And I think that, that mound and dancing and everything is coming back to Sabina Park on Saturday. So
Okay.
hopefully the rain will not interfere with that test match. They'll be able to play 5 days of cricket. And just for our listeners, the West Indies starting 11 in that first test was Craig Brathwaite, captain, Joshua De Silva, vice captain, Ali Athanas, Kisikati, Justin Graves, KVM Hodge, Alzari Joseph, Shamar Joseph, Mikhail Louis, Kemar Roach, and Jaden Seals. Yes, and West Indies did play their 4 fast bowlers in Alzari Joseph, Shamar Joseph, Kemar Roach, and Jaden Seals. Cricket West Indies embarking on a new initiative. They are sending 7 of the region's young, promising cricketers on a specialized training program to India's Chennai Super Kings Academy next month. The players are Kevin Wickham, Matthew Nandu, Kirk McKenzie, Teddy Bishop, Joel Andrew, Jordan Johnson, and Akeem Auguste. They'll be accompanied by West Indies Academy head coach Ramesh Subasinghe and assistant coach Rohan Nurse.
So what's the objective here, John?
The group leaves for India on Friday for an intensive 2-week training program that is scheduled for December 1st through 14th. I think, as I said, these are 7 promising young cricketers in the Caribbean right now. And I guess they want to expose them to maybe a higher level of training in helping to develop their skills as cricketers.
Okay. I have coaches. I have coaches going with them now.
Yeah, the coach for the West Indies Academy is going with them, the head coach and his assistant.
Where's the academy located?
In Antigua.
Okay. I mean, this goes back to some of the conversations you had in the past about getting our younger players, exposed to cricket at an early age, at a high level.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's good that and it's good when youngsters travel like that, Trevor.
Yes.
And exposed to, like I have, I mentioned Len Chambers. We had him on talking about the book that he wrote. But Len has been to South Africa. He has been to Australia, to England. And he tells me that when you go into some of the cricket clubs that's there, and see the kind of equipment that these youngsters are in the clubs.
Yes.
We in the Caribbean, it's not there.
Okay.
So
we are still a developing country, even though our cricket is as international recognition.
We are still behind in terms of, I guess, providing the up-to-date, if you want to call it, first-class equipment in order to get our cricketers ready to play cricket.
Okay.
Cricket West Indies Super 50 final between the Barbados Pride and Jamaica Scorpions ended in a double forfeiture. Let me see if I can give you the lay of the land here, Trevor.
Well, you need to explain that to your viewers, John, because while, I might have a 5, I might pass cricket to the 5 or a 6. Some of them are slightly 0 point.
Well, rain initially prevented the scheduled start of play at 1. officials decided the latest window for the game to be played was 6:17 p.m. and it would be a 20-over match. Reportedly, at 5:45, the match referee and umpires decided the game could be played and advised the teams as such. When the toss was to be spun at 6 o'clock, the captains did not show up for the official coin toss.
You mean both captains or one captain?
Both captains.
Oh boy.
Thus the double forfeiture. The winner of the final was scheduled to get 100,000 US and the loser 50,000 US.
So they split it down the middle now.
So both cricket boards, Barbados and Jamaica, have lost at least $50,000 US.
You mean both of them have lost? I mean,
because with the double forfeiture, the prize money there's no winner or loser, so the prize money has not been paid. But the question is, the sponsors who put up that kind of money, because it has not been paid, does that money go back to the sponsors, or is it will it be used for something else? However, Trevor,
you know, we're gonna confuse some people out there when it comes to this cricket management, you know, John. Because
Trevor, we need, and I know the Jamaica Cricket Association had a meeting with the coach and the captain yesterday, Tuesday. And I suspect the same has happened in Barbados. And of course, Cricket West Indies are also doing their evaluation, their investigation. But I believe there is more to it than is meeting the eye. And I don't know if the officials who decided that the game could be played wanted the game to be played despite the conditions, because raining from 11 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock or so, the outfield had to be a little treacherous. But we'll have to wait and see what comes out of the investigations.
But John, the officials turned up and they got paid, right?
Always. But as I said, Trevor, we need to hear from the team management and, of course, Cricket West Indies to see where that goes. But initial reports say the captains of the both teams could face some kind of sanction. In the meantime, again, all the cricket boards have had their meetings, and so we'll have to see what happens. But whatever the sanctions are, I hope for the sake of John Campbell, who is the captain of the Jamaica Scorpions, that it does not involve a suspension, because he is just returning to cricket after a little over 2 years suspension for a drug infraction.
Yeah, but notwithstanding, John, that decision was not a one-man decision where both captains don't turn up. It had to be a team decision where the manager of both teams were involved in that decision.
Exactly, I think so.
So since the buck stops at the top with the manager, when the manager said do not go there for the time cost, the captain sits down, right? Therefore, you cannot suspend or punish the captain for following the protocol of the organization that says that when he's directed by the upper management that to do something, he follows through.
And as I say, we have to wait and see what comes out of those investigations, to hear what the managers. I want to hear what the managers have to say about it.
Well, maybe we could get one of them on the program next week.
The initial I have an initial response from Robert Haynes, who is the manager coach of the Jamaica Scorpions,
Uh-huh.
and he, in a short response to in an interview, um, he said when they were told that the game was going to be played,
Mm-hmm.
the players didn't have enough time to warm up properly
Okay.
between 6:45, basically a half an hour,
Okay.
because 6:45 you're told that there's going to be a coin toss at 6 o'clock, and the game is scheduled to start at 6:17. So it's basically a half hour.
Oh, okay.
You understand? And so we'll have to see what comes out of the investigation.
Okay. Okay.
Moving right along, Cricket West Indies named their women's team to tour India next month for 3 2020s and 3 one-day internationals. Haley Matthews, captain; Charmaine Campbell, vice-captain; Alia Aline; Shamila Connell; Nerissa Crafton; Deandra Dotting; Afi Fletcher; Shabiga Ghaznabi; Chanel Henry; Zeda James; Kiana Joseph; Mandy Mangru; Ashmini Munisar; Karishma Ramharak, and Rashada Williams. Notably absent from the squad is former captain Stephanie Taylor, who is still rehabbing an injury.
Okay.
The head coach is Shane Dietz, manager Sheena Gooding, while the assistant coaches are Ryan Austin and Damian Wright. The series bowls off December 15th with the first 2020 at the Dr. D.Y. Patil Sports Academy in Navi, Mumbai.
Okay. And this
In
this will
the,
be this will be streamed live?
I don't think so, Trevor.
Hmm.
I really don't think so. But if it is, I'll let you know.
Okay. We have time to update your view.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
India grabbed a one-game lead in the five-test series against Australia by winning game one at Perth by 295 runs.
Hmm.
India 150 and 487 for six declared. Australia 104 and 238. Centuries for Yashavi Jaiswal 161, which was his fourth test century, while Virat Kohli scored an even ton, not out, and that was Kohli's 30th test century.
Hmm.
While standing captain Jasprit Bumrah, 8 wickets in the match, was the man of the match. The second test scheduled for December 5th in Adelaide.
Okay.
Pakistan defeated Zimbabwe by 10 wickets at Bulawayo in game two of their three-game one-day international series to square the series at one apiece.
By 10 wickets?
Zimbabwe, eh?
By 10 wickets?
Yes,
So somebody had some centuries up there then.
no. It's a 50 over game, Trevor. But Zimbabwe was bowled out for 145 in 32.3 overs.
Okay.
Dion Myers got 33, Sean Williams 31, Ahmed 4 for 33 from 8 overs, Salman Agha 3 for 26 from 7 overs. Pakistan 148 without loss in 18.2 overs, and Saim Ayod got 130 not out. Abdullah Shafiq 32 not out. Game
Well,
three
this is
of the
why,
series. Game three of the series, and the decider is also in Bulawayo tomorrow. If you said something, Trevor, I didn't hear you. You might be on mute. But I'm not hearing you, Trevor.
sorry, John, I was getting some.
Oh,
Distraction. That's why I went on mute.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's continue then. The England-New Zealand first test in Christchurch is on the way. And the latest year, England won the toss and chose to field first. New Zealand 33 for 1. Devon Conway back on the pines for 2. 21-year-old Barbados-born all-rounder Jacob Bethel is in the Brits 11.
Okay.
There's also first test action in Durban, where Sri Lanka is touring South Africa. At Stumps on the rain-affected day 1, which we only saw 20.4 overs bowled. South Africa 80 for the loss of 4 wickets. Temba Bavuma, the captain, 28 not out. And he's at the wicket with Kyle Vereen, who is on 9. Lahuri Kumar, 2 for 35 so far. And let us go over to Abu Dhabi and the T10 there. Which is in full swing actually. The Bangla Tigers by 7 wickets over Delhi Bulls, captained by West Indies white ball captain Robman Powell. The Bulls won 23 for 6 from 10 overs. Tigers won 24 for 3 from 9.4. Ajman bowls by 18 runs over Chennai Braves. Bolts 142 for 6 from 10 overs. Braves 124 for 5 from their 10. New NY Strikers by 10 wickets over Team Abu Dhabi. Team Abu Dhabi 73 for 7 from 10 overs. Strikers 74 without loss from 6.2 overs.
But John, you know, we had this conversation a while back about players not getting a chance to bat.
Well, that sometimes that's a good thing, you know, Trevor. Once you win, once you win,
you're getting paid and you never came to the stump.
Well, maybe you got a chance to feel a couple of balls, eh? Anyway, Trevor, Samp Army by 2 runs over Delhi Bulls. Army 112 for 5 from 10 overs. Bulls 108 for 4 from 10. And in an earlier game in which UP Nawabs defeated the Northern Warriors by 9 wickets, West Indies' Sherfane Rutherford hit a masterclass 103 not out of 40 balls in a losing cause for the Warriors. It is the only century so far in the T10 competition. Samp Army sits atop of the points table with 5 wins so far from their 5 matches.
I don't know, John. We seem to have a lot of rain interruption in so far in this report, and a lot of people went to play but never get a chance to bat.
Well, it's part of the game, The cash-rich Indian Premier League draft took place over the weekend, and the West Indians drafted are Sherfane Rutherford by the Gujarat Titans, Sunil Narine, Andre Russell, and Robman Powell by the Kolkata Knight Riders, Nicholas Pooran and Shamar Joseph by the Lucknow Super Giants. The Rajasthan Royals drafted Shimron Hetmeyer. Royal Challengers Bangalore drafted Romario Shepherd. A few West Indians were in the pool but were not drafted, and they include Alzari Joseph, Brandon King, Akil Hussain, Shea Hope, Kyle Mears, and Ruston Chase.
So let me get this straight. These are rookies, right? So how did they get in the pool, and how was the pool?
You just offer yourself to be in the pool. and a team, I guess it's like the professional drafts here in the US.
Uh-huh.
You put your name, you put up your name to be drafted, and if a team likes you, they draft you.
Okay. So you
Mm.
so you're first like a first round draft choice,
And if that nobody like you, you don't get drafted.
they're paid in according to the draft status.
Oh yeah, yes,
Okay.
yeah. hmm Um, the trophy for the Global Super League was unveiled by Guyana President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, and the trophy has been inspired by Guyana's 276 what they call discovered waterfalls.
Mhm.
The Global Super League is South America's first standalone T20 tournament. And again, the 5 teams for the tournament are the Guyana Amazon Warriors, Hampshire Hawks, Lahore Qalandars, Rajpur Riders, and Victoria. The Guyana Amazon Warriors opened the tournament with a 6-wicket win over Lahore Qalandars yesterday in Providence. Qalandars 125 in 19.2 overs, Tom Bell 48, Dwayne Pretorius 4 for 21 from 4 overs. Warriors 129 for 4 from 17.5 overs. Shea Hope 45 not out, Kima Paul 27 not out. Saif Afridi 2 for 13 from 3 overs. Salman Mirza 2 for 35 from 3.5 overs. The Hampshire plays Rajpur Riders in this evening's game. That game should be starting about now. I believe, in fact, that game is actually on, Trevor. In fact, I do have it up on my TV here. Hampshire is batting, and they are 71 for 3 after 12 overs. Um, the Global Super League will run through December 7th. And by the way, here's a source of bone question, Trevor. I wonder why this Global Super League that is being played in Guyana, the scores are not on the Cricket West Indies website. At least I didn't see them. Or did I miss something? I think you're muted again,
Yeah,
Trevor.
maybe
I
it
see
was
your mouth moving.
maybe it was private sponsorship.
Well, the game is on one of the cricket channels right now.
Fubu or somebody like that, maybe.
Uh, Willow.
Willow. Okay.
It's being played. It's being shown on Willow right now.
Okay. So I will check it
So,
out when we get
so
to
you have to wonder why then the score is not being carried. On it's a West Indies territory.
maybe somebody
Guyana is part of the West Indies team.
maybe Willow has an exclusive contract and decide that they wanted to get all the views.
No, but you can put up the scores just like
Okay.
how Cricket Info puts up the scores on their site.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we get an answer to that next week. Like, okay,
Mhm. Let's move into football now. Jamaica schoolboy football season down to the business end. In the Costa Cup semi-final, it will be Ocho Rios against McGrath, while Glenmuir takes on Gavi Maceo. Ben Francis Cup, that is also down to the semi-final.
Mm-hmm.
And St. Elizabeth Technical will be playing Clarendon College.
Aye.
While who is it now? Well, let me back up a bit, Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
In the semi-final, St. Elizabeth Technical defeated Frome Tech 3-2. Clarendon College defeated Denby 1-0, and this was their third meeting of the year. The first 2 meetings, this team split the results by the similar scores of 2-1.
Okay.
But Clarendon College in the third meeting defeated Denby 1-0. So the final will be between St. Elizabeth Technical and Clarendon College for the Ben Francis Cup.
Okay.
Manning Cup semi-final, Jamaica College will play St. Catherine, while Kingston College plays Hydel. So there could be a round 2 between Jamaica College and Kingston College. In an earlier game, Jamaica College defeated Kingston College 3-1.
JC
But they are
against
both
KC, yeah?
now in the semi-final, so they could meet again in the final.
Will the final game be played at the stadium?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, man. Walker Cup quarterfinal, Excelsior and Eltham in a 0-0 stalemate. Excelsior advanced 7-6 on penalty shootout. Mona defeated St. Jago 3-0. St. Andrew Technical 2-1 over Campion, and Wilmers over Tivoli by the same score, 2-1. The semifinals kick off tomorrow. Now, apart from Olivia Shield, that the Manning and the Costa Cup winners settle, the other big schoolboy tournament in Jamaica is Champions Cup.
Okay.
That the 4 top Manning Cup and the Costa Cup teams settle. And the semifinal is scheduled for today. Hydel takes on Jamaica College.
Okay.
Jamaica College will be without their main goalkeeper, Twain Lynch, who drew a 1-game suspension after being red carded in the game against McGrath for handling the ball outside the box. In fact, Lynch reportedly drew an additional 2-game suspension for disrespectful behavior after leaving the game.
Oh my goodness. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh
And
my.
the other semifinal is Ocho Rios against Glenmuir. The final will be played Saturday, November. Well, this Saturday could very well be a preview to the Olivia Shield between Jamaica College and Glenmuir.
Okay.
Mix up, Trevor. Jamaica Premier League results from last weekend. Tivoli 6-0 over Harbourview. And I'll tell you something else about that game towards the end, Trevor. Mount Pleasant 3-0 over Montego Bay. Humble Lion and Dunbeholden in a 0-0 stalemate. Portmore Waterhouse, a 0-0 stalemate also. While the Cavalier Chapelton game was postponed because, Cavalier played in that CONCACAF Caribbean Club Championship last night when they played Cibao of the Dominican Republic and defeated them 1-0, and that's the first leg. They move on now to Dominican Republic for the second leg. And of course, this is Cavaliers' second consecutive final. They were beaten last year by Robin Hood of Suriname.
Oh.
By 3-0 aggregate.
Okay.
But going back to the Caribbean, the Jamaica Premier League, a midweek game, Racing defeated Cavalier 1-0. Dunbeholding defeated Tivoli 2-1. Now, this weekend, Chapelton Maroons play Tivoli, Racing plays Humble Lion, Dunbeholding against Portmore, Mount Pleasant plays Mullines United, Harbourview takes on Veer, and Waterhouse plays Arnett. The leading goal scorer so far, Warner Dwayne Brown of Arnett Gardens with 7 goals, and there are 6 players with 5 goals apiece. After 6 losses in 11 games, Harbourview has decided that Jason Buju Henry is not the man to carry the club forward.
They fired the coach. Yes,
he got a pink slip.
He's saying he was not scoring enough goals.
He got a pink slip, Trevor. You know, so the stars of the East are poach hunting now, and club chairman Carvel Stewart says they do not want a coach who splits his time with schoolboy football.
Okay. They want a full-time coach.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, after being knocked out of the CONCACAF Nations League, next up for the Jamaica Reggae Boys are the CONCACAF Gold Cup preliminaries set for March 2025. CONCACAF has announced the format for the preliminaries. There are 14 teams which will have to earn 7 spots, and those 7 teams will advance to the next round, where 5 teams have already qualified for the Gold Cup group. CONCACAF has ranked the teams from 1 to 14. So the matchups for the Gold Cup preliminaries look like this. Costa Rica ranked first plays Belize ranked 14th. Jamaica, second ranked, plays St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 13th ranked. Honduras, third ranked, plays Bermuda, 12th ranked. Guatemala, fourth ranked, plays Guyana, 11th ranked. Trinidad and Tobago, 5th ranked, takes on Cuba, 10th ranked, and Martinique, 6th ranked, plays Suriname, 9th ranked. Nicaragua, 7th ranked, plays Guadeloupe, 8th ranked. Colorado Springs Switchbacks Reggae Boys, Tyreek McGee and Devon Speedy Williams have earned their first USL championship title with a 3-0 win over Rhode Island Football Club last Saturday. 32-year-old Williams is now a 4-time USL champion, having won with the New York Red Bulls in 2015-16 season and back-to-back with Louisville City Football Club 2016-17 season and 2017-18 season.
Okay.
Moving across the pond now to English Premiership, Chelsea 2-1 over Leicester, Brighton 2-1 over Bournemouth, Arsenal 3-0 over Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa and Crystal Palace in a 2-2 stalemate, Everton and Brentford in a 0-0 stalemate, Wolverhampton Wanderers 4-1 over Fulham, Tottenham Hotspurs 4-0 over Manchester City. Their 5th straight loss for City, Trevor.
Yeah.
How much they miss Rodri.
You know, you see, there are quite a few teams, John, that are struggling in the league. Some of them are are climbing out of the hole.
City is second, although they lose 4 in a row and 1 Champions League, they are second now in the league.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, that when you lose 4 in a row and you're second, teams are struggling.
Liverpool defeated Southampton 3-2. Ipswich and Manchester United 1 goal apiece. So new coach Ruben Amorim will have to wait till next game for his first win with Manchester United. And of course, the breaking news: Leicester City has given their manager Steve Cooper a pink slip after 12 games. Leicester lost 2-1 to Chelsea on Saturday. Their 6th loss in 12 games.
But John, about 6 years ago, Leicester was the darling of soccer.
They won Premier League, yeah.
Yes.
With what's his name? This Jamaican guy plays centre, was the captain. Forget his name now.
I remember that they were the darlings of soccer coming, because they were like coming out of the woodworks.
And they have only won 2 of the 12 games so far.
Wow.
UEFA Champions League scores: Barcelona 3-0 over Brest, Bayer Leverkusen 5-0 over Red Bull Salzburg, Bayern Munich 1-0 over Paris Saint-Germain. Inter Milan 1-0 over RB Leipzig. Manchester City and Feyenoord in a 3-3 stalemate. But Trevor, City break their losing spell.
Oh,
But City led 3-0 up to 75 minutes of the game.
uh-huh.
Go figure.
Yes, Joe.
Go figure. Arsenal 5-1 over Sporting CP. And finally, cheers for Jamaica Crocs and Lady Crocs in the Rugby America North Sevens tournament. The win versus the Mexican men was sweet revenge for the Crocs, who they lost to in pool play 12-10.
Okay.
The Crocs defeated Mexico 12-0
Ooh.
for the bronze medal in the
12-0.
men's competition.
Mm.
Trinidad and Tobago got silver after being blanked by Canada 38-0 in the final.
Right.
The Lady Crocs fell 19-12 to Mexican women in the final to win silver, while Trinidad and Tobago women won bronze.
Okay.
And that's where we put draw stumps on John Sports Corner this Thanksgiving Eve. But folks, just remember, go to Winner Circle store in the Sosofat shop and pick up available merchandise of your choice, as well as the great Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee. Look, have a great Thanksgiving, folks. And I know a lot of you will be starting your shopping. Is it what is it? It's Black Friday?
Black Friday. I mean, we still have a problem with this Black Friday thing, John, because every time when you say black, like blackmail and all those things, we want to know why the word of black have to be direct in it,
You know?
I mean, Black Friday is because the stores all going to black, John. I mean,
And diamonds look so pretty against black.
yeah.
Eh? Diamonds are forever, eh?
Let me say, yes, John. Let me say thank you so much, John, for doing the research and providing our community with this update. I'm sure, like the top 10 countdown, that they're eagerly waiting out there for a recasting of what took place. We do have our subscribers and our followers out there, and especially on LinkedIn, we seem to be drawing a lot of attention, as I said, on the LinkedIn platform. And YouTube is now also picking up a lot of steam. Okay. I'm just only a little bit upset that some of these guys who own the networks will not allow them to have a handshake where the viewership from one platform can be combined with the viewership from another platform, so you can see what the total viewership looks like.
They don't cross pollinate.
They don't cross pollinate. I mean, we also find that there are also, for example, once it was YouTube, now Google, Zoom, everybody is competing against what the other one is doing, expanding, John, your platform, so that the guys used to run away with something because they were the only ones out there. Now they're yipping at their heels. Okay, everybody is balancing out and spread their platform and including all the other things that the other guys were doing. So that's why the competition is there. They will not share what their platform, and not allow some of the information that is posted on one platform to be posted or onto their platform. Okay, they just totally said rejects it. Okay, but
I guess it's a question of winning and being number one, Trevor.
Yes, that's a fact. That's a fact. Because yes, that is a fact. So let me say thank you, John, for this update. And again, our community appreciates the fact that now I would say for a good time, we have been bringing them good coverage of what is happening in our cultural community, which is in our Commonwealth community, because most of the people that are involved in cricket are Commonwealth countries. Okay. So again, thank you so much, John, and look forward to us
You're
continuing
welcome, sir.
this next week as we move forward. Thank you so
And
much.
enjoy. I hope you are not cooking.
No. Thank you so much, John.